The Mary Celeste is a historic ship that serves as the ideal example for the commonly believed ideas about ghost ships. The American ship, which was first named the Amazon, was created in the Nova Scotian village of Spencer's Island in 1860. Welcome to my channel, Historical Studies. Before diving into the mysteries of history, there is a small reminder. If you are really interested in this kind of information, do not hesitate to subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon if you don't want to miss out on our new videos. The Mary Celeste was a brigantine, a ship with two sails. On November 7, 1872, the ship set out on her fatal voyage. Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs, his wife Sarah, and their young daughter Sophia, who was 2 years old, formed the ship's 7 crew members. 2 weeks of bad weather were faced by the 282-ton ship before it reached the Azores. It was here that the ship's last log entry was recorded at 5 a.m. on November 25. Even now, nobody knows what happened to the ship. There are several theories, including those involving ghosts, alien spacecraft, fatal waterspouts, and piracy. How did the story of Mary Celeste become popular? Although many knew about the mystery surrounding it, the tale of this unfaithful vessel was popularized after the publication of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's short story. And McGregor, who produced the film The True Story of Mary Celeste with funding from the Smithsonian Networks, was another person who documented Mary Celeste and started a new investigation. How was Mary Celeste found? The crew of another vessel called Dei Grazia spotted the Mary Celeste 10 days later, on December 5, 1872. It was found floating and left in the Atlantic Ocean off the Portuguese island group of the Azores. Its topmast sail was reportedly damaged, and its main sail was furled. The ship appeared to be being controlled by no one as it moved with the breeze. David Morehouse, the captain of the Dei Grazia, was close with Benjamin Spooner Briggs, the captain of the Mary Celeste. A week before setting sail on their various ships for the Mediterranean, they had enjoyed a meal together. Oliver DeVoe, Captain Morehouse's first mate, was dispatched to inquire about everyone's safety once he realized the ship was the Mary Celeste. The first mate recorded the location of the drifting vessel as 38 degrees 20 minutes north, 17 degrees 15 minutes west, roughly 600 miles from the coast of Portugal. But getting on the ship was no simple task. No one could be found among the crew, and the ship was being pulled by severe winds despite efforts to get in touch with them. Oliver DeVoe and a few other sailors concluded that the crew's weak and ill condition must be the result of an epidemic. However, when they finally managed to climb the ship, they were shocked to find nobody on board. There were no signs of violence or piracy. The crew's belongings and cargo were both present and undamaged. Everything was quiet and peaceful. The Dei Grazia sailed roughly 800 miles to Gibraltar without being able to find anyone in the area. A British court convened a salvage hearing primarily focused on whether the crew of Dei Grazia was entitled to payment from the ship's insurers. However, Attorney General Frederick Sollyflood was suspicious of the Dei Grazia crew and accused them of foul play. So he made the decision to do a comprehensive investigation. The court looked for evidence of wrongdoing and mischief after 3 months had gone. 1/6 of the $46,000 that Mary Celeste and its cargo were insured for went to the salvagers. This indicated the government's suspicions that the Dei Grazia crew might not be entirely harmless. The history of the Mary Celeste. Between the early and mid-1860s, the vessel's owners frequently encountered a series of accidents with the vessel trading hands. Additionally, 3 captains lost their life, which furthered the vessel's poor representation. Although the negativity greatly surpassed this success rate, the ship still managed to conduct successful voyages despite the widespread criticism it received. The ship was saved, transferred to a marine corporation with headquarters in New York, renamed Mary Celeste, and placed under Captain Benjamin Briggs' command. The ship had a crew of 8 persons in addition to Captain Briggs and his family, which included his wife and daughter. Captain Briggs was one of the 4 parties who, incidentally, owned Mary Celeste's recently transferred joint stock ownership. Mary Celeste Mystery. The Mary Celeste mystery began as soon as the ship was given the task of transporting over 1,700 alcohol casks to the Italian province of Genoa in 1872. The ship, which sailed out on time on November 7, 1872, never made it to Genoa. Instead, the Dei Grazia, which had sailed out of New York Harbor exactly 1 week earlier, discovered the Mary Celeste floating in the Gibraltar Strait. The confusing details gradually became clear. The lone lifeboat that was fitted in the ship was missing, and the ship's crew members and commander were nowhere to be located. But even as these two facts came, it was also discovered that the goods on board the ship, the denatured alcohol that served as the cargo and the passengers' belongings, were entirely undamaged, proving the idea that pirates had not raided the ship right away. The multiple theories around the crew abandoning the ship. While speculations came forth about the tyranny of the captain towards his team, the fact that Briggs was an experienced captain and an honorable man with a high sense of duty and integrity towards his profession soon overruled these speculations. One ghost ship hypothesis that has acquired some credence revolves around the alcohol barrels and the captain's choice to depart the ship before a fire could start. Although nothing solid has been shown, the discovery of 9 barrels of alcohol and the presence of a rope in the water gave this theory more plausibility. 9 of the 1701 barrels, according to the study, were empty, but they were constructed of redwood, not white oak like the other barrels. Another source of suspicion was the 2 German crew members, also brothers. Volkert and Boy Lorenzen came under suspicion as none of their possessions was found on the ship. McGregor was informed by one of their relatives that the brothers had just lost their possessions in a shipwreck in 1872. The ship's captain and crew may have abandoned it for other reasons besides bad weather and a broken clock, though. The captain had no idea how much seawater was in the ship's hull because the pumps were broken. After dealing with the bad weather, the captain made the decision to abandon the ship because he believed it might sink. Guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for being to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this video below in the comment section. Let's meet again with a more mysterious video.